Alright, hi guys, and welcome back to this new video of mine. In today's video, we'll be doing a shelf tour. Yeah, so before I'm gonna start off, I first want to say that if I do sound a bit weird, that's because I'm having a cold right now, and my throat fucking hurts. So, yeah, but anyways, let's do this. Okay, so as you can see, I got 3 shelves. I got 2 bigger ones and a smaller one. The biggest one there on the right isn't fully filled, and the smaller one isn't fully filled either because I do have my school books in there and some notebooks because I do attend college, or at least I try to. So yeah, I won't be showing you that part, but I will show you the rest of the shelves. So without further ado, let's get into the first one. Okay, so I know the angles are kind of a bit weird, but yeah, my tripod is doing his best and we won't be judging him for it. Okay, so on top of my first shelf, I do have my The Boyz 2021 Season's Greetings. I used to have Enhypens as well, but I sold that one off because 1, I needed money, and 2, I didn't really look at it as much as I do for the Boyz one. And I do have this Christmas/birthday card because my birthday is on the 26th of December. So my friends often use Christmas cards for my birthday. And this one has meme pictures of all of my biases. So let me grab that one real quick. Okay, so yeah, I won't show you the inside because the message is kind of personal. But yeah, so she incorporated Grandpa's son, his Victon photos, Sync1 screaming, yelling, crying, whatever he's doing. That one and his double chin. Angry Sanu, Weird Kevin, Eric, and Wuzek's butt because this one has a story. When Flash came out, Wuzek was one of my biases, and I kept on mentioning that I really loved the butt part. It's just like, what butt part? So I showed it, and this is a screen capture for it. So yeah, there's that. Okay, and then we move on to my first actual shelf, which is my The Boyz shelf. I do have a complete Korean album collection for The Boyz, which I'm really fucking proud of. So in the back, let me move this one. In the back, I do have 2 banners from the Dreamlike concert in Amsterdam because that's where I went to. Basically, one of them is the front and the other one is the back. So I had 2, so I displayed them both. And I do also have the All Area Access photo book from the Dreamlike tour in Europe. So there's that. It's big and it's quite heavy, so I put it in the back. It just barely fits and all that. But yeah, so I won't be going to full details because I always forget album names and version names and shit. But I do have both the first albums on the side, and then this is a combination of the Only and the Start albums, including the 2 limited ones. Then in the middle I do have the Swear and Bloom Bloom, of which, quite honestly, this is one of my favorite packagings. It's so simple, but it's so beautiful. I love it. And it's one of my favorite albums. Moving on, we got 3 of the Reveal albums. And on top of that, I do have 1 version of that too. Because there was an A version, a B version, and a limited version if I was right. But the photo books were pretty much the same, and the only difference with the limited one was like a bigger photo card, poster, lyric, I don't know. Something was a little bit different, but the photo book and the photo cards were all the same. So I just bought 1 because Japanese albums are fucking expensive. And I don't have money. And on top of that, I do have the second press albums for Breaking Dawn. All 3 versions. And their light stick. And on the right side, I do have 3 versions, all 3 versions of Dreamlike, The Stealer, and their newest one, Thrilling. So I'm really happy with that, and it just fits. So when there's a new comeback, I might have to put this one differently, or this, just depends, but I do really want to display the limited albums. So hopefully I don't have to worry about that for long. So yeah, let's move 1 shelf down. Okay, so my second shelf is my Enhypen/Treasure shelf. I actually wanted to wait until the Enhypen release before doing the shelf tour. but then my schedule wouldn't work out, so here we are. Just imagine the new Enhypen albums being there when you watch this. I don't know. Anyways, so I got both versions of their debut album, Border Day 1. I got all 3 versions of Carnival, and I got that light stick as well. And I did display the box over here, but when this shelf is gonna get fuller, I'll probably put the box somewhere else. I do have a complete Korean album collection for the Boyz. I do not collect Kinos. I don't really like Kino albums, so I don't collect their photo cards either, so why would I buy them? So that's where there's no Kinos in here. But yeah, so I got the first step complete, all 3 chapters and Treasure Effect. I do not have their light stick because it sold out every time I tried. And I got so upset with it that I just decided not to buy it, even though it's in stock again. I just don't have the money right now, and it's not as necessary because I won't be seeing them live anytime soon. So I'm just gonna wait with buying it until I'm gonna see them in concert. Okay, so this is my NCT WayV shelf. I don't have a full NCT collection because I don't have the money or the space to have a full collection. So I've decided to just buy the albums that I like a lot. Except for WayV, I collect all WayV albums if I can get my hands on them. So over here we do have the full group ones, so the 2018 albums and the 2020 albums. And then I don't really have a way, I didn't really think about organizing this in a certain way, I just put the albums in here. I need to make this pretty. I know it's fucking ugly right now, but we'll work on that. Just not right now. So first off, we do have a few WayV albums. So all of them: Take Off, Take Over the Moon, Take Over the Moon sequel, Awaken the World, Kickback, and then we got a few Dream albums and 1-7 albums all mixed up together. So we got We Boom, Superhuman, Reload, I want to say. Yeah, Reload. We Go Up, Cherry Bomb, the first, one random Japanese album. I got Chain. I got the Taeyong version because he's my second bias in 1-7. My first one is Haechan, of course, but I didn't have a Haechan version at the time, so I bought Taeyong. I do also have the debut album, and I displayed We Young. And in the back we do have Taeyong's version of Regulate, which I got from my parents. They were like, okay, this man is handsome, we buy this version for you. And I don't mind it. But it's kinda sad that his face is covered. But yeah. We'll have to make do. I'm sorry, Doyeon. And I also have a version of Limitless back here. As you can see, I've got mostly of the older albums of 1-7 and Dream. Just not the newer ones, because in the beginning I didn't really seriously collect albums. And from a certain moment I did, so I just had other priorities. Let's put it like that. Now let's move on to the 4th one. I think it already is. Probably, I don't know, I can't count. I can't do mathematics. Okay, so this is the second to last shelf on this bigger shelf. I don't know, English is hard. Anyways, so this one is dedicated to Victon, and I do have all of their Korean albums. I don't have any of the solo albums of Sangwoo or Hanse. I am thinking of getting like one version of Sangwoo's debut album and his second one, and one of Hanse. I'm not too sure yet, but I do really want them because they're hella good albums. So yeah, I do have everything up to Voice of Futurist now, all versions. And I'm really happy with that. And then just down here, let's do it like that. Okay, and so down here I do keep all of my photocard binders. So the bigger ones are the ones for my collections, and then I have one smaller one for groups I don't really collect photocards of, but do want to store their photocards away and my Traits and Still binder, because that one is broken on the top. I don't know if you can see. So I didn't want to use it for a collection. So I decided to put my traits in it. And this is my little trading area, you can call it. I don't know. It's just, it has all of my fillers, all my colored photo card sleeves, my photo card sleeves for traits, and the ones I use to store my photo cards in to protect them. And I use the Ultra Pro ones. Ultra Pro, Jesus, and I use these. And in here I keep all of the photo cards that I need to store. So right now it's just a few of them, and I do have this postcard of Sejun chilling here. And then here I do have the postcards that I want to trade, or like bigger inclusions I want to trade. And down here I got envelopes and photo cards that I'm confirming trades with. So I won't be showing that because it's private. And I got a box with Lomo cards over there, which I got from my younger sister. Okay, so this little shelf is, like this part of my shelf is dedicated to produce groups, or like disbanded groups I call it. And my lamp, because my shelves are behind my couch. So whenever I sit on my couch and I want to read a book or whatever and it's getting quite dark, I turn on this lamp. So he's been good to me. Anyways, so as you can see, I do have albums for 101, X1, and IOI. I do have all three of IOI's albums, the debut one, the unit one, and the Miss Me one. And all of X1's albums, which unfortunately isn't that hard because there's just one, which I'm still crying about. But yeah. And I do have a few, let's move some out of the way as well. I do have a few 101 albums, so I do have the debut one version of it. I do have Nothing Without You, one of the versions. I do have two versions of Undivided. I do have the group version and the Lean On Me unit, because my bias in 101 was Jisung, and he was in Lean On Me. And I do have both versions of Power of Destiny. And the only reason I know these album names is because they're on the spines, which I love. Thank you. Thank you for doing that, 101. Thank you. So yeah, that's that shelf. I do want to have more 101 albums. I kind of want them to be complete, but it's not really a priority for me right now. So when I can get my hands on a 101 album, I will buy it. And if not, then not, I guess. So let's move Juno and Han Sung-woo back to where they were. So yeah, that's this shelf. Alright, okay, so this shelf has albums from a bunch of different groups. Basically this one is in the middle of my shelf, so I decided to just put the albums of groups. I don't really collect all albums of, so yeah, that's why it's like this. I don't really feel like displaying much, just this one album. So let's see if I can remember which album is which, but yeah, definitely this one is Take a Leap, both versions of Golden Child. I really fucking love Lucid Dream. It's my favorite Golden Child song ever. I love it. I do want more Golden Child albums. I just have this one and another one, which is this one, the debut Goldja. But yeah, someday I hope to get more. Then moving on, I do have two of the Delight versions of Baekhyun. What? Can I do English? Yeah, I have two versions of Delight, Baekhyun's second solo album. I do have the Power of Music album. I have two Uptension albums, Summer Go and Labyrinth, I think it was called, of Labyrinto. Yeah, Labyrinto. The song with Blue Rose on it. The album with Blue Rose on it. Jesus, I can't do English. And then I do have the debut album for TRC and G. The first three D-Crunch albums. The Chinese version of The War from EXO. Don't Fight the Feeling, the jewel case, Exact by EXO. Both photobook versions for Don't Fight the Feeling. Also Baekhyun's expansion version, because he is my bias, so I just bought him. And on all of the Kingdom albums so far. So I got Arthur's, I got both versions of Chu, and I just announced the inclusions for the third one of Ivan. So I'm gonna have to pre-order that soon. Just gotta wait for my money to arrive first. Yeah, so moving on, we do have both versions of City Lights and Bambi from Victon. I just need the jewel cases for Bambi to have that complete. And then we have the P1 Harmony album. So I do have Standout. I have both versions of Breakout. One is the Freak Out and the other is the Breakout version. I never know which one is which, but I really fucking love P1 Harmony. I've decided that the moment they release new albums, or like they have enough albums to fill like half a shelf, they're getting their own shelf. But yeah, so moving on, we got 2 more TRC&G albums. Their second one, Wolf Baby, and the missing one, or like Rising. Yeah, Rising. The song was missing. And the D-Crunch album for Across the Universe, which is the last D-Crunch album I bought. And again, Gold Cha from Golden Child. I got Overdose, the Korean version. I got Baekhyun's member cover for Exodus, I think it was, the Korean version. It's so shiny, it's so pretty. I also do have Mama, which is over here, the Korean version. One version of Don't Mess Up My Tempo. In the back, I do have this DPR album, which I love so fucking much. It's insane. So that one goes there. And I do have the Dream Chapter Eternity, the white version of TXT. So down here, let's do it like this. Down here, I just, for now, keep the albums I want to sell. So these are duplicates of mine. These are some of my extra pens and the light stick strap. These won't be sold. Just the albums. And we know that I do have extra binders and chargers and a lot of mess. So I won't be showing you that. But the moment P1 Harmony gets more albums, I'm gonna move this whole section down and P1 Harmony will get this shelf. So let's go to my last shelf. Okay, so again, I'm really sorry for the angle, but my tripod isn't just that big. But yeah, on top of this shelf, I store all the boxes plus the Monster X light stick. The combat is also here, but it's just a bit hidden. And back there, I do also have one of those foam hands from the 5 6 of Summer Rock Out with Your Socks Out tour, I think it was. Yeah, Rock Out with Your Socks Out tour that I went to back in 2015, I guess. So yeah, up here I do have the boxes for the combat and the combat itself. Monster X version 2 light stick, the Ateez box, the Boyz box, and the P1 Harmony box. So let's go one shelf down. So this shelf is also kind of a mess because I don't know where to put half of this stuff. But to start off with, I got 2 signed albums over here. I got one of the Crunch, the MO527. Yeah, MO527 album, the Are You Ready album, signed by all members, so I'm really happy with that. And I do have one, the Boyz Dreamlike signed album. It's the day version. And for the love of my life, I can't figure out which signature is which. I've tried so many times and we kind of thought we had it, but then we didn't. So we're confused, but I'm really happy that it touched it. They touched my album, so I'm okay. Whoever it was, I'm okay. We think Yeonjae is one of them, but we're not 100% sure. And with we, I mean my friend and I, because she also got the signed one, different version. But for her, it was easy to figure it out, because her signatures looked more clean. Mine were definitely set in a rush, so that's why it's a little bit harder. But yeah. I also keep my lanyard for the Monster X World Tour that I went to in 2019. We went as Ultimate Fib, so I really want to keep that. That's this bigot or fan was also from the tour, and there was a story behind this as well. I don't know if you want to hear it or not, but I'm gonna tell you anyway. So basically, I had a exam on the day of the concert. It was basically a resit. I already messed up the first one, okay? So for the resit, I had to go because I promised my parents I would. And I knew that was Ult Fib, so I would be quite in front, so it didn't really matter. Okay, so my 2 friends, they already went. And they bought a shit ton of merch and they were like, oh, maybe she wants merch too, and what if all of the Kian stuff is already sold out? So they bought me this fan, which I'm really happy about. I do keep the plastic with it. I have used it, but I do put it back in the plastic every time. And I didn't really know where to put it. And I also don't want to sell it, even though I don't really listen to Monsta X anymore, and I don't have any of their albums left. I don't want to get rid of this fan or my poster, because I love them too much for it, just like the light stick. So there's that. And then in the middle I do have the P1 Harmony light stick, which for now just chills here until P1 Harmony has their own shelf. So yeah, I do really love that light stick. It's so pretty. Wait, I mean, come on, it's so pretty. And this thing spins as well. I love it. Okay, now let's go down to the next shelf. So welcome to my Ateez shelf. Yay! So I do have all the Korean albums for Ateez as well. So the first one I've stacked like this, and then I put the episode final ones here, including the anniversary one. And then we move on into Fever. So Fever Part 1, Fever Part 2, and Fever Part 3. And then I got both Lightning and the unofficial light stick, which a friend of mine went to the concert and bought this for me as a little cheer up gift because I missed out on tickets. Oh no, don't fall. So I'm forever grateful for her for buying this for me. So I do want to decorate this more, but I just don't know with what just yet. I'm really bad at decorating my shelves. I feel like mine don't look as pretty as some of the others do because I love watching shelf tours, but I don't want to copy anyone's setup. So when I did mine, I was like, it's not fully aesthetically pleasing, but it's not as ugly as it was before. So we just gotta live with it. So, yeah, tips on how to decorate my shelves are always welcome. I don't have that many plants. I'm suck at keeping plants alive, so don't recommend that to me. Fake plants, yes. Real plants, I've got 2. And one of them is dying right now, I think. The poor plant. Like, I'm trying my best, but it's just not working. Okay, so enough of me whining like a little shit. Let's go down to my last shelf, because below that one, that's my school books, and I don't think you want to see it. Okay, so my last shelf is my Stray Kids shelf. And again, for Stray Kids, I do have a complete Korean album collection. So I do have mixtape, I have I'm Not both versions, I'm Who, I'm You, Miro, Yellowwood, Lavender, Go Live, In Life, No Easy. And I do have 3 jewel cases, so I've got Mino's, because Mino is my bias. So I put him on display, and I got Jungmin's and John, if I'm right. It's not gonna stay. Yeah, so I got Jungmin's. And I got John, and I do have his pop-up as well from the No Easy album. And the Stray Kids light stick, really pretty. So she's just chilling up here because I don't know where else to put her. It used to be on the side here, but with the jewel cases I've moved it to the top. I do want to display one of them, I just don't know which one, because these ones are all pretty plain. Like, there's nothing really on the front, just the album name. These were much more colorful and everything, but they're just really thin, so I don't know how to make that work properly, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, that was it. That was my shelves. Oh my god. So if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content coming your way, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Bye.